Conversations, man, episode 1, man. I'm on the road right now, coming out of Arkansas, going back to Houston, and got a load in Houston, coming back to Arkansas. I got paid double for it. It's a good loads, the type of loads you want to work for, the type of relationships you want to build, and, you know, it's just, you know, free game on that, man. Blessing to be out here on this road, working for myself, grinding. It ain't easy, but goddamn it, it's firm, man. What a hustle is it? Alright, so the first conversation, man. Relationships. My perspective. In today's time, man, I feel like in order for, and I'm in a long-term relationship. You know, I got plans to marry my girl soon. You know, we working on it. We both building. We both come from a background where we had to start from ground zero and building up. She a nurse, want to be a nurse practitioner, working toward a bachelor's. I got my petroleum technology degree. I'm acquainted with working in production in the oil field world. On the side, I started my own cargo van business, and I'm learning the ins and outs and the ropes on this. And, you know, multiple streams of revenue is the goal. So that's where we at. And, but beyond the potential that we have to have, you know, a substantial life, nice life, be able to do what we want to do, you know, in order for the relationship to work, people got to be on one accord. I've made mistakes, you know, she did things that I didn't approve of, but working through it is the key. You know, it's not always going to be able to be worked through. And I think that's the part where people got to realize either you're going to get over something or you're not. But lingering on in a relationship and holding on to past, you know, mistakes and past traumas that your partner did to you and trying to be in a relationship, especially if you got kids, is not conducive. You know what I'm saying? In my perspective. Because if y'all not on one accord and y'all not trusting each other, no matter how much money y'all got, no matter how much success, if y'all are not trusting each other enough, and y'all have kids in the house, and y'all fussing and fighting and arguing over the kids, I believe it's better for separation to happen. You know, instead of fighting over the kids, separating and giving the kid a peaceful home, even if it has to be in 2 different locations, being able to be happy in 2 different locations. That's my perspective. I'm raising a kid right now that I'm not with his mother. And we got a good co-parenting thing going on, and we, you know, we get along. And we had to make that decision on, you know, if it's better for us to be in the house fighting over him and making him timid and nervous because he don't know what's going to happen if we fighting and arguing and doing all this, versus us going our separate ways and making it all about him. She don't question what I have going on in my personal life. I don't question what she has going on in her personal life. I trust her enough to know that I know she's not going to bring just anybody around my son. like, hey man, like, what you married? So what is your perspective on marriage, rated from a scale of 1 to 10? I'll say 85% of those men. If I asked 10 men, I'll say 7 or 8 of them didn't have a completely positive outlook on marriage. They had more negative things to say about marriage than positive things. Most of them said their relationship was better before they got married. And I wonder why that is. Like, why is that? Like, why are people married and then become unhappy with the person that they got married to? But now they in a relationship, in a marriage, where it costs more to separate, so they find themselves in a household with somebody that they're not happy with. And to me, it seems like torture. So is the answer waiting till you're later, not getting married so young? But some people get married, you know, in their 20s, early 30s. Or is it better to wait till your mid to late 30s to really settle down with somebody? Because then when you're in your 40s, now you're working on the type of person that you're going to be for the next 20, 30 years, God bless, into your 60s and 70s. You're becoming more stable. You're figuring out your career. You're elevating your life. You're figuring out spirituality. You're more mature at that age. So is the answer to wait a little bit longer? And I know it's relative to different people, but that's the question. Like, what's the best answer to getting married? Because it seems like, you know, a lot of people today get married and they're not too happy. You know, like, they don't seem like they, I don't know. The people that I see, you know, that's a question. And I was just listening to Kirk Franklin and DC Young Fly, Country Wayne. They had the round table of men and they were talking about love and relationships. And that's what triggered my mind about the relationship and what I'm currently going through with my girl. Like, what's a good answer to it, you know? So, and they had some good perspectives. They all came from different types of backgrounds. Some came from in the house with their father and their mother. Some came from just their mother. Kirk Franklin came from being adopted, not knowing his mama or his daddy biologically, but having adopted parents and his mom not even really wanting him, his adopted mom. So they all come from different perspectives. And so I know that it's a wide range of perspectives, so I'm just throwing that out there. But the key in life, man, is to pursue life, in my perspective. Pursue life, man. Fight life. You know, we all die in the end, so everything that goes on throughout your life is designed to eventually take you out. So you gotta fight this. You can't give up. If you're in a relationship with somebody, y'all building, build, man. Be with somebody, man. Be stable. Find stability. Find love. Find comfort. But if that's not happening, my opinion, don't torture yourself and don't put somebody else through the torture just to say that we married or be in a relationship. You get what I'm saying? So, Cargo Van Conversations, Grass is Greener TV, Money Lee, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show y'all on the road, man. I'm just busting this road down, man. I just left out of Arkansas, Texarkana, Arkansas, right on the border of Texas, headed to Humble, Texas, right on the outside of Houston. That's what I'm doing, man. I'm gonna double back and come this way in the morning. We hustling, man. Let's get it.